What's up, everyone, and welcome to another Bitcoin market update. In these videos, you will learn how to use technical analysis to forecast price movements in your favorite cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and others, and also see where we are looking to buy and sell these crypto assets ourselves. So let's get into it here with Bitcoin, our good old friend Bitcoin on the monthly time frame. Monthly time frame is looking like we're due for a higher low, and that is because we have set a high on the monthly time frame here in the month of April. We are since trading down below the monthly low of April at 47K. We're currently at 43,375. We are looking for a higher low somewhere above the low of September, which is about $9,800. So if we go to the weekly time frame with that in mind, we can see that the weekly time frame is trading down below the weekly lows from April 19th as well as the 22nd of February. Here it was 42,553. Yep, we went below that for this week as well. So we have traded below this low and this low, which is pretty bearish. This is our main support level to watch. So this support level is from this candle back here on January 18th. This is our main level. So if the bulls are going to bounce here on the monthly time frame and set a higher low, this is most likely where that will occur, in my opinion, because the other one, I mean, if it's not there, then it's down here at about 19,450. So it's a pretty steep drop if we go down to 19,450, but we'll see what we're getting. So you can see on the weekly time frame, we are losing strength as we had this kind of rounded top here, and we're starting to go down from there. Now, typically on runs, you don't really, usually see some sort of crazy like spike and then, decline. But we kind of had more of a rounded top here if this is the top of this market cycle. And so we'll see what we get. But if we look at the pivots indicators, you can see that we're currently, last week we did not close below the R2. We closed just above it. But we're still trading below that now. And so if this week we close, if we close below the R2, we'll likely go down to the R1, which is down here at about 37,800. Last week we had above average sell volume, so that's pretty bearish, and you can see as soon as this weekly candle opened, it's pretty much just traded down since that point. Not a lot of people buying right now. If we look at the daily time frame, we have just continued the downtrend that we confirmed up here in this range. So this is where we had a high, low, lower high, and then lower low. Once we closed this white candle below this low, we confirmed that downtrend. We came up, we set a lower high, and then we subsequently drew down even more so at that point. So now the gray zone is the area of resistance. And so what happens, as you have a downtrend like this through a bunch of previous price actions, you end up creating resistance levels with each subsequent stab downwards. And so every time we go downwards here, we are creating another resistance level that is an opportunity to go short. And so this gray zone is an opportunity to go short. If today's daily candle closes below this gray candle, the entry is the bottom of this gray zone. That's where I'm going to be looking to go short with my stop loss above that gray zone. And then I will look to be targeting a minimum of this blue zone right here. So that's about a 2.23 risk to reward, about a 20% profit potential there. So pretty good. Right now, the price is kind of operating in no man's land. So for it to continue downward, it's not going to take a lot for this to continue downwards. In my opinion, because there's really nothing here. There's really nothing in terms of support or resistance until, unless you're talking about this previous all-time high and like that's your support level, because that's currently what we're trying to bounce off of, but I don't think that that's really going to be that strong of a level, but we'll see what we get. The blue zone is really the only area that, if I was a buyer right now, that's where I would be looking to buy. But I am a trend trader, folks, and so I'm looking for what the trend is telling me. And in this case, the trend is telling me that we are in a bear trend. And so I'm looking for shorts. So this is one area where I would look to go short. If we go down to the lower term time frames, like the 8 hour, for instance, in 4 minutes, this trade is going to become valid. And this trade is a very simple, sorry, this just popped up. Very simple trade. So this one is where we have another bear pattern here, where we have our high, low, lower high, and then lower low here. And when this candle closes below this low and this candle closes, now this is going to be a resistance level for us. And so this is what we're going to be looking for. If the price comes back into this level, this will be an area where we can look to go short with our stop loss above and then target the blue level down here. If you don't have the 8-hour time frame and you go to the 4-hour, an area on the 4-hour time frame that is available is this candle up here, this white candle here from the 16th of May. This is goes from about 48K up to about 49.5, and this is obviously not financial advice. This is all just for educational purposes only. But if I'm looking at this trend on the 4-hour time frame, it's looking pretty good for continuation to the downside. In my opinion, the Ichimoku cloud is in very bullish, or very bearish rather, standing. This is the most bearish that it can be, and so for the bear trend to continue, we just pretty much have to kind of come up, revert to the mean a little bit, which is the blue line here and the red line. If we come up back near those zones, that's going to be an area to go short, and then subsequently that will likely take us down to the blue zone. But overall, blue zone is the area that we're looking to travel towards. So that's kind of what we're seeing. One other thing I wanted to mention was this Ichimoku cloud. If we get a close below this cloud, this will be the first time that we're operating below the daily cloud since... Did we go below it here? We did not. So, let's see. Wow, this is a ways back. Back in April. So basically since the run-up. So that is a very significant... So this is the last time we were below it, which is April 16th. So that's a ways that we have traveled on this trend. And this is basically telling us that the trend is virtually going to be over. So if the daily cloud flips into being, which is at this point, it's looking like it's only a matter of time before these two lines cross below the cloud, and once this flips into the scenario that the 4-hour cloud is in, where you can see the Tenkan is below the Kijun, price is below both of those, the cloud is red, and it looks like this, then if that happens on the daily time frame, that's significant downward momentum, and so that'll probably carry us through the blue zone eventually. So that's something that I will be watching. The edge-to-edge trade that I talked about on this channel has already played out. You can see that as soon as we closed this daily candle back inside of the cloud, that was the entry. If you were to take that trade and take it down to the subsequent low here, today you would have closed out that trade, and that would have given you about 11%. So that's a pretty good trade that we talked about on this channel. And hopefully there will be a lot more trades like that in the future. But that's all I got for this one, guys. If you like this video, give it a like down below and subscribe for future educational content on cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And if you haven't already, check out our beginner technical analysis course that we just released on Leutheria.com, where you can learn all of the fundamental elements of technical analysis so you can make consistent profits taking trades like this edge-to-edge trade and others to be successful in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space. We are currently running a 20% off discount for our early Leutherian supporters like yourself, so check it out, and until tomorrow, onward and upward.